Hi everybody, today we're going to talk about noun and also pronoun when it comes as a subject of the sentences and also the same as object of the sentences. For example, if we look here, we have I as a subject, then as a verb, and then doctor as the object. Here we have I as our pronoun when it comes as subject. But here we have the same pronoun, I, we have to change it to me. For example, Sam gave me the letter. Here we have the subject, which is Sam, and then the verb, give. Then we have the object, here is me, which is exactly the same I'm talking about, I. Then we have the letter, which is going to be the second object, or sometimes we call indirect object. And here we have he, which takes is, then a student, he is the subject, then is the verb, then a student, because we're talking about only one student, then we put a. Then the same he here when it's subject, and then here we have the same he as an object, then we have to change it from he to him. Then we have subject, I sent him the letter. Okay, let's continue. We have subject, she is a beautiful young lady. Then we have she is the subject, then is the verb, then a beautiful young lady, then the object. Then same here we have she as a subject. Then when it comes as an object, we're going to change from she to her. For example, Sam sent her my best regards. Then Sam is the subject, then sent is the verb, then her is the object, then the rest the second object. Let's go to the other sentences. We have it takes is, then we have cold outside, which is gonna work as an object. With it, there will be no change. Stay exactly same. It as a subject, it as an object. But if we use it for animal, if we know the gender of the animal, for example, if we have a cat, for example, you could say here, if I have a cat, then you could say, if the cat is male, then we say he. If the cat is female, we're going to say she. And if we have more than one cat, we're going to say they. And then we deal with them exactly as we have it here. Okay, if we don't know the gender of the animal or something with no life, then we call them it. Okay, here we said it is gonna stay same. Then for example, if we go to the sentences, I gave it the food. I is the subject, give is the verb, it is the object. Then we have two objects here, first object, then second object. We call them direct object, then indirect object. Okay, let's go to the other pronoun. We have they, it takes are, they are soldiers. Whenever we have they, because there are more than one, then we add S to the end of the noun here. We have S. Here we change they to them when we have it in the position of object. For example, Sarah posted them the mail. Sarah is the subject, posted is the verb, then here we have them as the object. The first object, then we have the second object, the mail. Okay, the most important thing we know here, then they, if a subject here, and then here we have the same they as an object, but we change from they to them. The other sentences we have here, we are lawyers. Then we have we as the subject, same thing, are, verb, always, sorry, lawyers is the object. Here we change we to us as object. We say here, the principal handed us our certificates, sorry. Here we change we as subject. Here we have the same we as object. Let's continue. We have you are smart, a smart student, because we know talking about only one student. We say you are a smart student. You is the subject, are is the verb, which is auxiliary, then a smart student is the object. Here we have same you, there will be no change, it's gonna stay same. Then we say the police is the subject, I have it here. Then saw you only should be, sorry, so you only the police saw you only, not all of us. Here is you is the object. And then we have here you as a pluralist, mean more than one. You are hard workers, mean they are more than one person. Then we have you, we said there will be no change of the shape of the you when it comes as a subject or as an object. The police saw you all. It means more than one person, the police saw them all. Okay, let's go when we say 1 plus 1. We say Toyota, which is 1, then and Honda, mean we have 2. Or good Japanese cars, we add S to the end because there are more than one. Same thing when we have it as an object, we say Japan makes them, because we have more than one. If you remember here when we said they, when it comes as a subject, when we have it as an object, we change from they to them. Exactly the same thing here. We do it 1 plus 1. We say Japan makes them. It means Toyota and Honda, all and some other car branches. Okay, let's continue with when we have possessive as an adjective with adjective, and also possessive as pronoun. When we say my house, sometimes we don't need to repeat house again. Maybe the subject is known for the speaker and also for the listener. It means the both, they know what they're talking about. Then we don't need to repeat house. We say my house, mine. Then sometimes we say his brother. Then we don't need to repeat brother. We say, oh, this is his. Then we're talking about his brother. Sometimes we say her sister. Then we don't need to repeat the adjective here. Then we say hers. Its part, it stays same. There will be no change here. And when we have here their houses and their house, if everybody has his own house, it means we're talking about group of people, everybody going to his house or to her house, then we're gonna use this. We're gonna say their houses. It means more than one. But if we have a group of people, maybe brother and sister, then they go to one house, we say they went to their house. I mean, they have only the one house. Then we sometimes don't want to repeat the subject we're talking about, for example, house or books or food or anything. Then we say theirs. It means here when we add s to this pronoun, it means this s substituting house and other thing. If we have here, we say our houses. I mean, everybody has houses, their own houses, or you sometimes say our house. It means everybody going to one house. Then here we don't want to repeat house as here. Then we just only add s to it, ours. Or maybe when the subject when talking about is known for the two, for the speaker and the listener. Then sometimes we say your house when we talk about only one person. But if there are a group of people, we say your houses. When we come here, we don't know, are we having one house or more than one house? Because here we don't know. Then we have added s to it. Okay, let's do some practice on how to change it pronoun when it comes in this as a subject, and then the same pronoun as an object, and also for possessive things we do it here. We call the subject pronoun subject with possessive adjective and pronoun. I give him his book. Then we change it here. I give him his. I don't want to repeat book. Then I say I give him his. Or here we could say in the subject, he handed me my letter. This is subject. This is object. This is the second object. We say my letter. Then we make it short. We say he handed me mine. I don't want to repeat letter again, but I change it from my to mine. She prepared the cat its food. She subject. Prepare is the verb. Then the cat is the object. Then it's the possessive for the food belong to the cat. Then here we say she prepared its food. If you remember, we said We don't change, we don't add another S to it, only one S. Then here we have the courier delivered her eviction. Means here we have the courier delivered a lady her eviction. It means to go out by law from their house. Then we say here the courier delivered hers. We delete eviction here, only you put S instead of eviction. Then the other sentences, they mailed us our orders. This is my subject as usual, we know before. That's my verb. This is the object. Then we have our orders. Here we don't want to repeat orders, we just add S to the end. We say they mailed us ours. Let's continue. We paid them their fees. I mean, when you go to register for something, then you have to pay money. We call them fees. We is the subject. Then we have paid is the verb. Then them is the object. Then we have their fees. As I said it before, we don't want to repeat fees again. We just put extra S here. We paid them theirs. Then I send you your vacation ticket. Here we could talk about only one person because we say from here we know it's only one person. And we say I is the subject, send is the verb, you is the object, then your vacation ticket could be second object, or sometimes we say maybe adding more information what we're talking about. I sent you yours. But maybe if we have sentences like this, let's see, copy it here, then we put tickets. It means we know we're talking about a group of people, just indication. I mean everybody's gonna have his or her ticket with the group. Then we say I sent you your vacation tickets. Here we're talking about a group of people. But here will be the same, will be no change, and that would making confusion for some people when they talk about making short. With here we don't know exactly, is it if we keep it like this, we don't know if the group is only one person or more than one person. Okay, let's make quick review about auxiliary verb. I think we took it before. When we have am, is, or, sometimes we call them be verb. And then we have in the present, we use those am, which usually go with I, is with he, with she, and it, or it goes with they, we, you, and 1 plus 1. The same those auxiliary verb in the past a change. For example, we have was and were. Then was will go with I, he, she, it, and where it goes with they, we, you, and the second you also, and then 1 plus 1. Then sometimes we don't have auxiliary verb in the sentences. We need to add auxiliary verb. We add do or does. Do we add with I, they, we, you, and 1 plus 1. Does we use with the sentences when the subject is he, she, or it. When we have the same thing, when I make it in the past, did, it goes with all of them. Then we have for possessing. Then we have in the present, which has and have. Has, it goes with he, she, it. Have, it goes with I, they, we, you, and 1 plus 1. In the past, we have had, which it goes with all of them. For example, you could say I had, he had, she had, it had, they had, we had, you had. The good thing about modal, which also we call them all of them as an auxiliary verb. We have can, there, has to, all those auxiliary verb, or you could sometimes call them modal. There is no differences when you have any of them. That's the reason we say using modal is so wonderful. And then it doesn't matter if subject is I or he or she or it or they or we or you or 1 plus 1. Then we have the modal in the past. Then we could use it exactly the same thing. There would be no different. With the noun, we have two kind of noun. We have noun as noun might end. How we know if the thing we see is a noun. For example, when we see those. Noun end in age, like this, or maybe ance, maybe ence, maybe end in or maybe sometimes ends in or, maybe sometimes ends in hood, or ism, or ist, or itude, or maybe ity, or maybe ment, or ness, or ship, or tion. Then we have sion. Then we know from those the end, we know what we have it is a noun. And here we have sometime we could use a noun after those. We call them article. Some of them a or an, then definite article, you could say there. Then we have this when we're talking about a singular noun close to us, we could be able to touch it, or maybe so close to us. Then we have same thing noun when they are a group and then close to us. If we have a singular noun and the noun is a far away, or the thing we're talking about is far, we say that for the singular one. Or sometimes we have a group of things, we're gonna indicate it or sign it to it, we say those which are close to us, we could touch it. And then for plural, noun are positioned after adjective always, or sometimes you could say it. Now we put after the adjective. It means here when we have the adjective is describing the noun we have it. For example, a wonderful evening, we don't say evening wonderful. Or you could say the expensive Italian leather jacket. Here expensive is adjective, but here we have, here Italian is a noun. It means this adjective gonna describe this noun, and then those two will be adjective describing the leather, which is noun, and then all those three will be an adjective describing the jacket, which is gonna be also as a noun. We said that nouns are very important for us to know Because in many sentences we have the noun could function as a subject of the sentences or an object of the sentences. For example, we have she with a pronoun will be as a subject. Then we have here her 7-year-old child, then will be an object for with these sentences. And if we look here, a baby suit, mean this is the adjective describing the suit. Then we have another adjective, same thing here, describing this noun, sandwich. And then same thing here, a wooden floor, an adjective describing floor as a noun here. Noun could be a common general noun for people, animal, places, things. Sometimes we say man, cat, hospital, desk. Or the noun could be proper, it means belong to somebody or belong to something. For example, it could be noun of person or noun of city or organization, or belong to days or month, seasons, mountain, the mountains, and rivers, lakes, sea, ocean, continents, islands, nationalities, language, countries. When we have this kind of noun, then we have to make the first letter of those nouns as a capital letter. Now we know when we have those nouns, we have to make it capital. But if you go back here, we have the same noun, but we don't make it capital because it's a common for, could be for everybody. But here we have the noun is proper only for persons or for cities or, for example, organization or days. And then we have the second kind of noun, we call them concrete nouns. Physically can be touched and felt. It means you could touch the soil, but we don't make it capital. You have to be careful. Then water also no capital. Sometimes you could say abstract noun cannot be touched and felt. For example, if somebody is brave, you cannot say, we cannot take the brave or smart. Then we have collective nouns, group of individuals. For example, the police, it means more than one individual, more than one person. Football team, but no capital. You have to be careful. Family, herd, mean group of things. Hive, this belongs to the bee, group of the bee, when they are in the hive. Sometimes we have a noun is made of 2 or more words. For example, we have air, then port as one noun, sky, train, or sister, in-law. Sometimes we have gerund, which we call them ing form, act as a noun, writing, singing. Okay. We have noun, 2 kinds of noun. We have countable, it means we could count it, for example here. Countable nouns, singular and plural. For example, chair. Then we have chairs. dollar, dollars, lira, liras. It means here, for example, you could count it. It means you could say one chair, two chair, three chair, then you continue. Dollar, $1, $2, $3, and then you continue. Lira, we say 1 lira, 2 lira, 3 lira, and then continue. Then we have uncountable nouns, no singular and plural. For example, we have sugar. We don't count it because we cannot say this is sugar 1, sugar 2, sugar 3. It means we have quantity of sugar. The problem with money is also uncountable. Even sometimes we say this is $1. You see here when we say $1, we don't say 1 money, 2 money, 3 money, 4 money. Then we say $1, $2, $3. But when we say money, we don't say 1 money, 2 money. That's the reason we say uncountable. Then same thing with water. We don't say water 2, water 3. Only in some condition, then when we say I want a 5 kilo of sugar, or you could sometimes say I need 5 bottles of water. Only in some condition, let's say if we have 2-3 kinds of sugar, maybe brown sugar, maybe white sugar, maybe colored sugar, then we say sugars. It means different kind of sugar, not only one thing. Same thing with water. If we have, for example, fresh water, then we have salty water, maybe different kind of waters, then we say waters because we have many different kind of waters. Okay, then we have singular and plural nouns. How we capitalize. When we write it down, a noun, we have to make it capital, as we said it before. When we start in English sentences or sentences in English, always we have to start the first letter as a capital. Then we go for the noun, also we have to make them capital. For example, if we have name of people and title, we may have it. For example, Donald Trump. Then we say the president. You see here the president, it means the title of that person. Then we have United States. Both of them we have to make it capital. Same thing, the Prince of Jordan. Then we have, when we have book, novel, movie, play, or works title, then we have to make them capital. For example, The Ghost of Halabja, The Great Gatsby, Gladiator, Hamlet, Mona Lisa. Name of days, months, seasons, we have to make them capital. Always, doesn't matter if they are in the center of the sentences, in the beginning, or in the end of the sentences. Sunday, all days of the week. Then all the month's name. And then also the seasons, we have to make them capital. Special holidays, like Christmas, making capital, Nowruz, Thanksgiving Day, Remembering Day, we make them capital. Name of town and city, region, province, state, country. For example, Zawita, Erbil, Kurdistan, Alberta, California, Turkey. Language and nationalities. I mean, any language in the world, when we mention, we have to make it capital. For example, Persian, Turkish. Then we mention nationality, Arab. Or we say Jewish. And also name of mountain, mountains, rivers, oceans, seas, lakes. We have to make them capital. Gara, Nile, Atlantic, Red Sea, Victoria. Then also name of street, maybe special building, famous parks. For example, Ahmad Street, the Empire. If you look here, we have Empire, Empire State Building. Then Zari Park. Then we have uncountable noun, singular. We have gases, liquids, solid, and granular substance, and then also accommodations. Then equipment, information, and an abstract concepts. News, progress, staff, weather, subjects, grouped concepts. Okay, now because this is acting as a singular, but if you look at him, for example, let's say here like the ground concepts, they are uncountable because we cannot say 1 news, 2 news, 3 news. We say news, progress, stuff. We have uncountable noun, uncountable nouns plural, mean they work as a plural. For example, here we are going to have 4 coffees. In reality, we say 4 cups of coffee, but sometimes we are lazy, we don't mention a cup of coffee, we say 4 coffees. Same thing here, we have it when we say I need to buy 4 waters, but in reality there are 4 bottles of water or water. Here we delete this to make it short, especially in American English. For example, here we have Sarah sold the 2 leathers. It means 2 types of leather. It means types, mean 2 kinds. Then we delete this, sometimes make it short, then we say 2 leathers. Sometimes we have some noun, it gives us both of them. They are uncountable and also countable. For example, it's very dark here, so I need some light. It means uncountable, because the person needs light to see what he's doing. Or sometimes we say we use 100 lights. The bulb, we use it for making in decorating our Christmas tree. Now here we have countable, because we're talking about number of lights we using. Here we're talking about the light itself. Okay, the second subject I want to touch it here is article, which is very important, especially when we write a sentences, then to know which one. We have two kind of article. We have according to the American English and also British English. American English, they look to the noun because we use an article only with noun. With a singular, we use it here. With a singular, countable noun beginning with a consonant. For example, this is both agree on it. We will look to the first letter of the noun. If it's consonant, then we add to it. The British English, or the British, they look at it, the shape of the letter. The problem here we have it, American, they look to the letter sound. For example, D for both is consonant, then you add a. Then P is consonant, then we add a. But sometimes we have this problem here. Then we have article is used with a. If we look here, we have you. According to British English, they're gonna add an to it. But according to the American English, we add a because they don't see this as a vowel. Then they have, you say university, say a university. Same thing here. They don't pronounce e. Then they say a European country. Or they say a one eye. They never say an one eye. They say a one eye. Or one eye sniper. Sometimes like here again, a unique. Then they look for the sound of the first letter, as we said it in American English, in order to make article a or an. Let's go with the article when you use it an. When we have with a singular countable noun beginning with a vowel sound, this according to the American English, we say sound. If we have vowel a or e or I, o, u, sometimes y, then we add an. For example, we say an exercise, an elephant. And also we add an article is used with mute h. That's what makes it different between American English and British English. According to the British English, we're gonna see this like a hour. And same thing here, an hour, and then something here as an honest. But according to the American English, no, we have to make it an, like here, an hour, because they don't pronounce it h, they say it's mute. As you remember, we said that American English, they look to the sound of the first letter. Then here's something, they don't pronounce it h, they say an honor man. Same thing here, an honest person. Then we say American English and with consonant letter pronouncing as vowel. For example, if we look here, we have F word. In American English, we say an F word. Sometime here exactly same thing with X-ray. We say an X-ray because they don't look for the shape, they look for the sound or pronunciation of the first letter from the sound of the name. We say an X-ray. Same thing here. We say a n m a, an m a, and maybe any subject. Then the second thing, we have definite article. This is very important also to know, because we use the in our writing when we say with the specified singular and specified plural noun groups. When we mention things, for example, for first time, you could say, I saw a dog in the garden. Then later on in your writing, when you say a dog, then you have to mention the dog. Now we know what dog we're talking about. We say the dog or the dogs. Then we talk about what specific group of dogs. Or you could say the man or the man, meaning a group of men specific. Then we say the apple or the apples. Here there is a little differences between when we use the in American English and the British English. For example, the British English, when they look for the, or you can sometimes say the, then they look for the noun, the first letter. If the first letter is consonant, then they say that. But if the first letter is vowel here, they say the apple. That's the differences between American English and British English. However, American English, they don't have this difficulty or say the or the. All of them, they could say the. Thank you very much. Hope to see you again. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.